Hey, what's up everybody? Back at it. Season's over. We're doing some updates here for you guys, just throwing up some videos for you. First, we're going to start with Trent Grisham. And we're going to go ahead and go through his splits and everything like that. Go ahead and make a couple changes here with his numbers. So it looks like he really had issues with left-handed pitching, so to speak. Against righty pitching, not that much better. But obviously, if you've been following him, you know that he comes with a lot of pop. So definitely want to get those updated. Right now I'm looking at Baseball Reference to get his numbers here. Had to do a position change for him as well, as you saw there. OBP is pretty solid. Isn't much of a threat on the base paths. So we're going to go ahead and bump him down here a little bit on that. Bump his speed down a little bit as well. Go ahead and drop these down a little bit. Make some adjustments to his hot zones. That's Trent Grisham, everybody. Now, since we're here on the Padres, we're going to go ahead and do Jake Cronenworth as well. We're just throwing him a quick update because he didn't have a lot of at-bats. So we're going to just go ahead and give him a little bump. There's a lot of young guys, rookies, that did well, but they didn't have a lot of ABs. So we just give them a mini bump. That's what I call it, for next year. So they'll be ready. So you just bump everybody up about 10 points-ish. Alright, everything else looks good here with Jake. There's a couple guys I wanted to downgrade here. Hunter Pence was one of them. Had a comeback year last year, but probably, as could be expected, kind of regressed back. So we're just going to drop him back here. And then ultimately I'll drop him into the free agent pool. These are guys just off the top of my head that were really bad this year. Mauricio Dubon's another guy, kind of more of an under-the-radar guy. Not a guy that a lot of people were talking about, but still, a guy that performed well in 2019 as well as 2020. So we wanted to go ahead and give him a little bit of an update. Jersey number changed to number 1. Shortstop, second base, everything's good. Going to go ahead and bump him down to a 4-star now that he's got some ABs under his belt, and we can do that update like I said. Now with a guy like Dubon, what I do, since he did have some ABs but not enough last year, and the same thing this year, we'll go ahead and look at their career splits. So we're putting both of his seasons together when we're determining his splits here. Versus righties, he's at 259 right now. 60 is my baseline for a 250 hitter. Versus lefties, he does a bit better. He's over 300. We're not going to go all the way with that though. Kind of leave him there, see what he does next year. Power versus righties. It's got a little bit of pop there. Versus lefties, it's a little bit higher. So we're going to go ahead and leave him right there. Bunting, bump him up a little bit. Plate discipline's about right. Speed, we want to drop him down a little bit here. He's not really much of a threat on the bases. Everything else looks pretty good here with him. Versus lefties, obviously he's killing it, so we want to drop him down there. Alright, so that's Mauricio Dubon. Now one guy, former Giant, that I wanted to get into, a guy that I thought was pretty much done, even though he had a good comeback year last year, Bumgarner. I was actually hoping that the Dodgers would sign this guy because I knew he was bad and he would make their team worse. And he proved it this year. He was absolutely terrible. So this is kind of a bonus downgrade here for you guys. Just a little bit of drop. We're just going to drop everything down here 10. For him, as you saw, we dropped him down to a 3-star pitcher. Like I said, dropped everything down. 6+ ERA, absolutely terrible. Arizona, terrible signing. That's just a downgrade there for you guys. Alright everybody, thanks for watching this video. Like I do with all of my videos, and there'll be a lot more. I'll do some more next week. But in the meantime, if you guys have any recommendations, I say this in every video, if you have any recommendations, or there's guys you want to see. Right now I'm focusing on the young guys, but if you have a guy that had a super killer year, he's your guy, he's on your team, if you want to see that guy, just go ahead and leave that comment for me. And then I'll go ahead and add those guys in with my next batch when I do that next week or in successive weeks. So thanks for watching everybody. Take care. Keep enjoying MVP, and hopefully these updates give you a little bit of insight and then a little bit of guidance if you're doing your own updates at home. Just kind of showing you the sources I look at. Again, it's Fangraphs and then and Baseball Reference. Use ESPN a little bit as well, but hopefully it gives you kind of some insight and guidance to how I do my updates and gives you kind of a framework when you're doing your own. Take care, everybody.